Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think. Now let's get into today's video. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Crossing the Line. I hope you had a good Australia Day. We'll get straight into this story here. It's some good news. The woke spoiled children trying to set fire to Atlanta, Maine, millionaire's son, award-winning clarinet, trans non-binary activist, and the middle-class vegan all arrested for domestic terrorism during Antifa riots. Finally, they're arresting these idiots, children, spoilt brats, whatever you want to call them, and they are charging him with domestic terrorism. As you've seen over the last couple of years, Antifa has since escalated their protests to riots, attempted murders, and arson, you name it. They've got a long list of tools in their belt that they like to use, and now finally some of them are being arrested. Hopefully the charges stick, and hopefully these people go to jail for a very long time. So we'll take a look at this story from The Guardian. The woke spoiled children trying to set fire to Atlanta, Maine's millionaire's son, award-winning clarinet, trans non-binary activist, and the middle-class vegan all arrested for domestic terrorism during Antifa riots. Now, as you can see, vegan, you got a drink there. Trans, you got a drink there. Non-binary, drink again. And we'll just say domestic terrorism, you can drink there again as well. So we'll take a look at the story here. The son of a millionaire surgeon has been charged with domestic terrorism for the second time in a month over his role in violent Antifa protests in Atlanta on Saturday. Francis Carroll, 22, from Maine, is one of the 6 people charged after riots over the death of a protester who had allegedly shot a police officer. Details also emerged on Monday about the privileged backgrounds of several other rioters whom travelled from their peaceful hometowns outside of Georgia to wreak havoc in the state. A police car was torched and buildings were vandalised on Saturday due to clashes which followed the death of Antifa activist Manuel Esteban Terran, 26, who was killed on Wednesday, January the 19th. Carroll, who grew up in a mansion in a luxurious beach town, was previously charged with domestic terrorism in December for the role of a violent protester at the site of Atlanta Public Safety Training Center. And you can see in the last episode some of the footage of the protesters, or let's call them what they are, terrorists, getting their absolute ass handed to them by some police officers. The $90 million centre, dubbed Cop City by protesters, has been the target of protests since June 2021. Atlanta Police Department said Carroll was charged again on Saturday, along with Naja Gajir, 24, from Nashville, Tennessee, Madeline Faloa, 22, from Spokane, Washington, Ivan Ferguson, 23, from Nevada, Graham Everett, 20, from Decatur, Georgia, and Emily Murphy, 37, from Gross, Michigan. All 6 are charged with domestic terrorism, and other felonies include arson, criminal damage, interference from the government property. They also face several misdemeanor charges. Fresh details have also emerged about privileged lives of some of the other protesters who have accused of bringing destruction to the streets of Atlanta. Now, we've all known this. It's little rich white kids that like to burn shit down and attack police officers and anyone who they just deem as a fascist, because they have no education, because it's the American education system. 2, they got told they were winners and everything they did their whole life was good. This is the generation now that's popping up like that was given participation medals when they went to sports carnivals and crap like that, and told that every little bit of brain chemistry they have is a syndrome, and that they're special and everyone should treat them that way. But reality's kicking them hard in the teeth, and I'm glad that these people are finally getting arrested, and hopefully they do not see the light of day for quite some time. Philoa, from the wealthy suburb of Happy Valley in Portland, Oregon. Oh, well, Portland, Oregon, isn't that shocking? Is a trans non-binary activist, who uses the name Henry, the New York Post reported. They studied archaeology at Oberlin College with a focus on decolonization, and once wrote a blog post about the American scientists about gatekeeping medical transition. My God, what is wrong with these children? Just read that again. They studied archaeology and focused on decolonization and once wrote a blog post about the American scientists about gatekeeping medical transition. These people shouldn't be locked up in prison. They should be locked up in a mental institution. Maybe prison anyway, but they definitely need some psychiatric care. I mean, what kind of parents are going to be paying for their kid to go and learn about decolonization and archaeology and gatekeeping medical transition? What this world... But some people have too much money. Some people have way too much money. Murphy is a vegan activist who claimed her family still doesn't fully understand what being vegan means, despite her attempts to explain the lifestyle choice, which she took up more than 5 years ago. That's probably what's wrong with her. She's got the protein deficiency and is just lashing out. I know when my wife gets hangry, if I don't feed her immediately, I will suffer the consequences, myself included. If I get hungry, I lash out and I get rather shitty. I don't know anyone who doesn't. So maybe that's what's wrong. She's just got some vitamin B deficiency, some iron deficiency, something like that. You just need a burger, maybe a bit of bacon. Ferguson is a classically trained clarinet who studied at the prestigious San Francisco Conservatory of Music. The revelations about the group follow the arrest of other activists from similarly middle and upper class backgrounds following earlier riots in the city. Look how peaceful they are. It's mostly peaceful. Yeah, it looks very peaceful. He's definitely peaceful. Cops must have rocked his world. The arrests indicate Antifa organisers are recruiting activists from across the country to commit violence in Atlanta. The violent thugs, several who were brought up in wealthy households, believe that police forces should be scrapped. They have set up camps in Woodland around the training centre site in a bid to halt construction. Tehran was shot dead by police after he allegedly shooting and injuring an officer during an operation to clear the protesters from the site. Antifa protesters called a night of rage against the police after the death. On Saturday, Mark's thugs in black uniform clashed with police downtown Atlanta after they destroyed vehicles and property. You can see the houses these people grew up in. Yachting, lakeside. Oh, they're so oppressed. I mean, no wonder they're lashing out against the police, because obviously the police have ruined their lives. They've just terrible. That is a stone's throw away from Bush family compound where George H.W. Bush spends his summer. Wow, that's his house, and just a stone's throw away. That is fantastic. That is a presidential house. I mean, I'd love that place. I mean, you can imagine running around there, drinking piss all day, going for a swim. And what George Bush do? Oh, he's just killing a couple of million Iraqis and probably molesting children on Epstein Island, but we won't get into that. Atlanta Police Chief Darain Shearbaum said, "It doesn't take a rocket scientist or an attorney to tell you that breaking windows or setting fires is not protesting. That is terrorism. They will be charged accordingly, and they will find that the police department and the partnership is equally committed to stopping that activity." The fresh charges against Carroll and 5 others were revealed on Sunday night. The police statement said activists damaged property at several locations along with Peachtree Street, a corridor of hotels and restaurants, adding to several arrests that were made and order was quickly restored. That was the gentleman there who was shot dead by police. That was a firearm that was used. He shot police officers. I mean, look, it's a human PR. Look how peaceful they are. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't police, want to shut them down? Oh, yeah. So he's such a peaceful child. They're writing "kill cops" on shit. Yeah. Carroll is the son of the surgeon Dr. Michael Carroll, who grew up in a $2 million 5-bedroom home, 4-bathroom mansion in Kenkenbunkport. I thought Australia had some fucking weird names. Look at that one. Kennybunkport? It looks like Welsh or something. Before he aligned with Antifa, he enjoyed the time of his parents' yacht with his sisters. His father works at Maine Health County Medical Center as a general surgeon, and his mother as a keen sailor. Well, I hope that his father, being a general surgeon, he knows how to put his kid's head back together, because the police in America, especially at the moment, are well known for busting people's heads open. A 2016 picture shows a man resembling Carroll on a board in a boat called Alez through the sailor's identity is unclear. He grew up just a stone's throw away from the famous Bush family compound where George H.W. Bush spent his summer. Carroll's arrest in December came after police were assaulted with rocks and bottles by militants occupying a makeshift treehouse near the police training facility site. They are also accused of terrorising nearby residents. Carroll, who wiped his social media shortly before his arrest, was charged with criminal trespass, domestic terrorism, aggravated assault, felony obstruction, interference from the government property, and possession of tools for the commission of a crime. It wasn't immediately clear how he was free to take part in further protests over the weekend. Well, it's immediately clear that they just let them out and then cry poor when it happens again. We can go and have a look at some of these photos here of the arrests and the kids here. Old sleepy time. His parents. Yeah, you imagine how you go from living in the bush like that, from leaving a house like that. You've been radicalized by the university, I'd say, and any left-wing media that just spews hatred towards police and other people and anyone with a differing view. Now, like, police are in shit water with me and just about 90% of the people that you talk to. They do not like police. Most of us don't. And there's very good reasons around behind it. But defunding them is the least effective way to stop police brutality. I mean, we've just seen that terrible incident where those 5 black police officers beat the crap out of that black kid and black gentleman and murdered him in the street in cold blood. He died 3 days later from his injuries, and they're all being charged with murder, and we'll see where that goes. But there's no love for the police, but these people aren't protesting just police. They're protesting pretty much anything against their agenda. They get paid by people like George Soros, and they get let away with crimes in a lot of states where they just keep reoffending. I mean, look at Portland. They've got so many people that get arrested and then let out that they just keep reoffending. And now that they're traveling from Portland to other places in the state and outside of the state to protest and do the same crimes, and sometimes it comes back to bite you in the ass. So we'll have a good look at some. Look at these kids. They're so. Why do they all look like they've got autism? Is it just me? Like autism, maybe a bit of Down syndrome as well. Like, do they just find all these kids and then use them as puppets, or are they just getting brainwashed at school? What do you guys think? We'll go and have a look at some Antifa riot footage, and we'll go and find some footage of Antifa get their ass handed to them to end this video. What do you guys reckon? I reckon that'd be fun to watch. Let's go.
Fuck Antifa! Fuck Antifa! Fuck Antifa! Fuck Antifa! Hey, bitch! No fucking...
Hey! Yo! Stop it!
Unmask them! Unmask them!
Fuck you!
Unmask them! Unmask them! Unmask them! Unmask them all! Unmask them! Unmask them all! Fuck Antifa! Fuck Antifa!
Oh my God!
Unmask them! Unmask them all! Unmask them all! Fuck Antifa! Unmask them all! Unmask them all! Where's Chandler? Bring his ass! Bring his ass! Come on! Chandler is a pussy! Pussy!
I'm getting in my face.
You're in my face.
Stop it.
You're in my face.
You guys all got to be careful.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Retribution!